Hi everyone, today we have a new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about 1/72 scale release from ICM, and this is an aircraft model, so it's F-16AM. It's the aircraft of Ukrainian Air Forces with PAG-14. So you can see it on the box art, and for me it is interesting which plastic will be actually used inside, because obviously ICM did not have the F-16 of its own, and of course it's a new release, so the kit number 72145, this is something what you can already get in Modelimex, and this is why it is interesting to check closer. So first of all, we have really beautiful box art here, and this is the comparison with my hand, so this is not such a huge box, but we should remember that we are dealing with a 1/72 scale aircraft here. On the side you'll find also some information about the kit, so it's written that we have 73 parts and the length will be 202 millimeters. It's not written where the parts are coming from, so we will have to check the plastic anyway. And on the opposite side you can see two marking options which are included here, so they are quite, I would say, pretty standard for this type of aircraft. This is something you cannot avoid, so whether you like it or not, but you will have to use these marking options because this is what real aircraft looks like. And next we continue by cutting these stickers which are holding the top section in place. This is quite a quick thing to do, but this is something what we have to do, so just give me a second. I'm trying to cut here because I don't understand why it's cutting through the cardboard. In case you are interested in the previous jet aircraft releases from ICM, I reviewed them as well, and you can find them on the same YouTube channel which you are watching right now. So as you can see, the box structure is typical. I just removed the soft color printed top cover, and then here inside we have also the aircraft, and we also get some plastic parts. And what is quite surprising here is that it's written that the plastic is made in Japan, so I guess it's probably coming from Hasegawa, which is really surprising to me. And also we get the panels for the Airfield, and also we get the new parts from ICM itself. So maybe let's start with the Airfield panels, because this will be the easiest ones to show. They are coming like this in a resealable plastic bag, and I just need to open them. There are plenty of these panels, as you might have noticed, but they are all the same. So I guess if I zoom in, one example of this part will be enough to understand what these parts are looking like. As you can see, we have really nice surface details here, and on the opposite side you can see only the ICM designation. This is pretty much all you get in here, but I think it's enough, and of course it will strongly depend on your paintwork skills, so be ready to work a bit with the weathering and also pre-shading so that you can get a bit more convincing appearance, but I think it's doable, and 1/72 scale it should be somewhat easier a bit. Maybe some others will disagree, but I usually expect the smaller scale dioramas a bit more fun to do due to their size. At least this is how it works with me. Next we continue with the pair of the sprue W. So this is the new one coming from ICM, and it is needed in order to accommodate the new weapons type on this aircraft. So I'll open the lenses, and now you can see that we have the pylons and the missiles themselves. So here the design overall is pretty straightforward. I don't see anything unusual here. It's just a matter of combining it with the plastic for the aircraft, which was obviously not designed to be used with these parts, and ICM had to make their own new parts, let's put it this way, so that you can install those parts without modifying the original plastic. And I think this is actually the beauty of today's kit, because otherwise you will have to do some scratch building, other stuff, but here you get the parts ready to be installed, and as I said, they are directly compatible with the original plastic which is also supplied here. And as for the original plastic, just to remind you, here it's written made in Japan, and this is the sealed plastic bag, so I just need to cut through it and we will take a closer look together, so just give me a moment. I actually do not remember, I think I did not review the F-16 plastic from Hasegawa. I reviewed it from Tamiya, which was quite nice, but not from Hasegawa, so it's quite interesting to see what is actually supplied here. So just give me a moment. So this is the typical pale gray plastic, and here we start with the first part. This is the top fuselage panel. It is molded together with the nose cone. As you can see, we have also quite good external features that we can find for this scale, in my opinion. Here inside we also get some guiding elements which will help you with the proper position. This is a must-have because, as you can see, the part itself is relatively large, and this is good to have something what will help you with the proper alignment. And the next fuselage half is coming on the plastic sprue, so I'm zooming out so that you can see the whole frame. As you can see here, again, we have the nose cone section pre-molded, we have the air intake separated, we have the nozzle molded separately. Note that the air intake is assembled out of two halves. I'm laughing because this is quite a weird parts design, but at least this leading edge, or let's say the frontal section of the air intake, is actually molded as a single piece part, so I will give it, let's say, a go, because such design should work. But this is really interesting thing. We also get the pilot figurine, as you can see here, and well, it's nice bonus, but it will require some certain painting skills from you. Here you can also see some inserts for the main wheel wells, and well, again, the surface details, as you can notice, they're looking really nice for the scale, so it's just a matter of painting them properly and you should be good to go. Next is the sprue C, and here again I will have to zoom out a bit because, as you can see, we have the wing parts, we have the tail fin here, the tail wings here, and also we have some parts for the landing gear. Everything looking good. And if I flip over these parts, we can notice that the wings are actually molded as a one-piece element, which is also quite nice. I mean, I understand that 1/72 scale should be done like this, but still some manufacturers manage to make it as a two-piece assembly. So here, this plastic is not exactly new, and we still got a way better design than some newest releases. And last but not the least is the sprue D. So here we have the various armament for this aircraft. As you can see, we have the fuel tanks, bombs, missiles, and it's not hard to guess that all of this stuff will not be used because, well, we should be using the new missiles which are supplied by ICM. This is the main point of this kit, because otherwise it would be really strange to get this kit and then not to use the new armament provided in the kit. And next, for Ukrainian aircraft, you will need also the new decals, which are supplied here. So they are printed on this decal sheet. I will just close the lenses a bit, and now you should be able to see what we are talking about here. So we also get some cockpit decals here. No seat belts, unfortunately. At least I don't think these ones are seat belts, but I would rather recommend to get some aftermarket so that you can get a bit more convincing appearance. But of course, the final decision is after you. If you don't want to invest a lot of money, then, well, try to get it with the masking tape. It will also suffice in such size. The clear sprue is packed into the separate plastic bag, so it's a two-piece design. Here it is. And of course you can open the cockpit with help of such parts, so it's also a very handy thing, especially considering the fact that we get the pilot figurine in the package. So that's why it might be useful for some diorama ideas. And next we have also the assembly manual. So this one is printed as the large color printed brochure. I will zoom out so that you can see the whole brochure. We have also short history note and technical specifications here. And next, straight away, we are going to the parts map. Note that a lot of armament is staying on the sprue unused. And the assembly process actually starts with the pilot figurine, which is quite interesting. We continue with the cockpit, and then we start assembling the fuselage half together. And we also insert the cockpit in between. We also work on the engine air intake and engine nozzle. Here we continue also with the front antennas, and also here you can see the tail fin, the landing gear, the main landing gear. Also you can use this ladder for the open canopy version, which is quite a suitable bonus. And as you can see, you have the option to build it with open or closed canopy. Next we have the armament guide and also how it should be assembled. Here is the first marking option from 2024, and here's the second marking option. So as I say, these are typical gray camouflages for this aircraft, but I think you'll find some interesting photos as well of those types. And the kit should be already available. You can get it in Modelimex, as I said in the beginning. And of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion. So what do you think about it? Write it here in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.